What's going
Yeah.
on, y'all? Carlito here, back with another video on your screen. I'm here with a big heavy hitter from Toledo, Ohio, and thanks to my boy Jalen for setting this up. You know, he's the real one, and he's been with me, rocking with me since day one. I'm here today with Antwan Jones, 8-0.
Antwan, Antwan Lunchman. I go by Lunchman.
Oh, okay, got you. So what's you said Lunchman?
Yup, Lunchman. Yup.
All right. Appreciate it, man. So start off, thanks for sitting down, taking this interview with me today, man. I appreciate it. And what made you basically what made you start boxing?
Uh, practically, I'm like a third generation fighter in my family. My dad boxed. My dad boxed, and his dad boxed, and then on my mom's side of the family, everybody mainly was fighters. So it just run in my bloodline.
Okay, shoot. So it's like as soon as you're able to walk, you were like you put the gloves on basically. They put the gloves on you.
No, it didn't go. It actually didn't go that way for me. It actually, I took till I was about like 11 years old to start. Now, that's the first time I went to the boxing gym when I was 11. But I've been knowing how to fight since I'm gonna say about 6 or 7, maybe even younger than that. I knew the basics about fighting from a kid. As a kid, like maybe 5, 6 years old. The 1-2, the jab.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's one thing that a lot of athletes do. Like, it's always best to start when you're young, because like when
Yeah,
you're shoot, you're like a pro, like big time at it. That's pretty dope.
yeah.
And what's one thing? What's one thing in your life that always keeps you going, keeps you in boxing?
Uh, that makes me keep boxing.
Yeah.
Uh, well, my father is deceased. That was his goal, was to be the heavyweight champion of the world. That was one of his goals. My father, he passed away when he was 25.
Oh,
So that keeps me hungry.
hmm
That keeps me hungry and always on edge. Because in boxing you got to you got to figure out something to motivate you every day because you do the same thing every day. So it's always that's always something that I know that can fuel me.
Yeah. So as I'm reading online, it says that your next fight is June 19th.
June 19th, y'all at Cleveland in the Civic Center.
Woo! So on that card is like, how did you how was training camp leading up to that?
Uh, I train all year round. Like I really never get out of shape. I train all year round. I'm kind of like an old school guy. My methods is like old school. Like my methods is like old school. So it's like I don't ever get out of shape. Once I stop being like that, I'm done with boxing.
Yeah.
Once I'm not going to the gym every day and 5 times out the week, I'm done.
You're
And
like you're like it's time to hang it up, right?
yeah, I mean, cause ain't no point. You got to stay in shape all year round. And me, I was an elite amateur, so I know I know it's guys out there they working. That's all they doing is working out.
Yeah.
There's always somebody trying to take your spot. So I'm always working. So yeah, so leading up to this training camp, uh, this probably because I done fought 4 times this year. So uh, it's like my body, I've been going up and down in weight. So this time around, my main problem right now is weight right now. Is weight because like I said, I've been going up and down on my weight. So like I leave from the fight and then I'll be 10 pounds heavier.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be 10 pounds heavier than what I usually, you know what I'm saying, I usually be in. I got to turn back around and lose that weight all over again. So that's been the hard thing. But sparring been good. With me, it's just getting better and better. You know, I'm just trying to get better and better. I'm really working on my mid-range game because a lot of guys, I'm in the weight division where I'm gonna be taller than everybody else, and I want to be comfortable with doing everything inside the ring, like fighting long, fighting close, fighting mid-range. You know, so a lot of guys I'm fighting 5'9", 5'10". I'm a middleweight, so I'm 6'2", so that's mainly been my focus.
Oh yeah. So what's one thing that you would always like since you've been a pro? What's one thing you'll take away from boxing, like that you still use basically right now, like throughout your whole career?
What you mean? Like I'm trying to? Oh, you saying what would I use?
Yeah, like what do you always use like since you started boxing?
Uh,
Like
man,
certain method or
uh, yeah, I'm big on listening to my coaches. Like I always tell people all the time. I'm like I'm a Joyce. My coaches is a controller. You know, I'm just a person in the video game. You know, they the joystick, and I just I let them tell me whatever to do. I just do. That's what I do. I'm big on listening. So that's one of the methods, and just hard work. You know, like I said, like man, hard work get you real far because once you start going up in competition, it ain't about always who the most talented. You
yeah.
know, it ain't about. Sometimes it's about who want to fight more or who done work the hardest. You know, who in better shape. So that's big to me. That's one of the two methods I'm most definitely that's most definitely gonna stick with me the whole throughout my whole career.
Hey, good. That's what's up, man. Hell yeah. And who's on so who's your opponent on
Uh,
who's your
my
opponent?
no, but I don't know my opponent. I don't know my opponent, but uh, you know, right now we my manager and my team, my coaches, you know, my coaches is like they my uncles. So they making sure that I'm getting moved the right way. So right now we just fought a guy that was 3-2, if I'm not mistaken. So now we want to fight a guy maybe 6-4 or something like that. You know, we just gradually taking them steps because I mean I'm ready, and I'm that type of fighter that can step up and do that type of stuff. So right now, just getting moved the right way. I don't think they found my opponent yet, but they should be giving me a call maybe in about a day or two on who my opponent is. They got a few candidates.
That's what's up, man. So you know, you growing up in Toledo, Ohio, you know, you being able to showcase your talent, you know, at the you said the Civic Center.
Yeah.
I know that's a pretty big stadium arena. And how do you feel about that, man?
Uh, you know, I really don't even look at it like, you know, like it's like the moment is big because, you know, I'll be so zoned in, man. Like I don't even pay attention to that. You know, it's you and somebody else in there, you know. So I can't worry about because either way it go, if it's in a small, if we fight outside in the ring, in the middle of the street, it's all a fight. You know, anything can happen. So that type of stuff, it's nice to know you can fight. You fighting in a, you know, in a nicer venue or whatever. But you know, like I said, I don't pay none of that. I don't get caught in the hype. You know, I don't get caught up in the hype. You know, sometimes you gotta act like you've been there before. So, which I haven't never been there, but on a big stage. But you know, sometimes you gotta sometimes you gotta act like you already been there, like you already made it. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't even pay no attention. You know, I know my time coming. So
That's what's up, man. So if you had one dream fight with one opponent, who would it be?
uh, one dream fight. Is it old or new? Old school or new era?
Let's start with the old era.
Uh, man, I would say the old school. I'm talking about from maybe the 60s or 50s, that type of era. I would have to say Ray Robinson.
Ray Robinson?
Yeah, I would say Ray Robinson because I watch a lot of Ray Robinson, and you know he was just he just somebody I would you could learn a lot from. I done fought people and they done told me this. I done fought people and they just said, "Man, you made me step my game up." You know, I think he'd be one of them fighters that make you step your game up. And I'm gonna say the late '90s, early 2000. I would say James Toney. I watch a lot of James Toney. I would also say in this new era, it will be Canelo. In this new era, of course, because that's the money fight, and that's why if you're in my division, I'm in, like I said, the middleweight, the super middleweight and middleweight division. You know, Canelo gonna be there for a while, at least 6 more years. You know, I think he could easily make that weight. So that's the fight anybody should be looking for.
Yeah.
Anybody should be looking for the Canelo sweepstakes, period. Whether you lose or win, it's really not a loss when you're gonna get 10, 15, $20 million.
Yeah, exactly. That's like anyone's biggest payday, man, could be for real.
Right. Anybody big payday. It'll be, you know, you like Billy Joe Sanders, you know, Billy Joe Sanders just fought him. And yeah, he might have broke his orbital bone, you know, and I'm pretty sure he didn't want that to happen. But, you know, for 15, 20 million, it's like, you know, he gonna take a year or two, maybe a year and a half off, you know. So he'll be the rest up and be able to live comfortably off that money he just made. So
yeah,
Canelo. So I would say Ray Robinson, James Toney, and Canelo. That would be my.
And that would be a nice fight, man. You know, after seeing fights, I was just like, damn, dude, this guy got a hit, man. You know, he got a real good hit. And shoot, man, it's dope, man, to finally get a chance to talk to you, and you being able to come on my channel.
Right.
Dope, man. And you know, fight week's almost there.
Right.
It's gonna be sick, man. Do you know who else is on the card?
You know Thomas Matisse.
Yeah.
Thomas Matisse on there. You got Armand Richardson. I think he's 5-0. Thomas Matisse, me. There's a few other cats from down there from Cleveland too that's fighting.
It's like Toledo, almost like a Toledo show, almost.
No, this is mainly like a Cleveland. It's a Cleveland show. I'm the only guy from Toledo that's gonna be on the card.
Shoot, okay, that's what's up, man. And there's so many events going on that day too. It's crazy.
Right. Somebody else fight too. If I'm not mistaken, on that day, who else fights?
There's a Christian. I think it's Christian Williams.
Christian Williams.
Yeah, I want to say it's Christian Williams. He's putting on a. I think it's like he's calling it the first annual first annual event or something like that.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about pay-per-view. Somebody fighting pay-per-view June 19th. If I'm not mistaken, it's Shakur Stevenson and Lomachenko's fighting that day too.
Yeah, that one, and then that exhibition fight with Chavez and his family versus like basically Hector Camacho Jr. and Silva's making his boxing, I guess his pro boxing debut, I guess.
Who is?
Silva, that UFC legend fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah,